What's up everyone, Nick here from TV Box Top, welcoming you to another Android TV Box review. Now, there are different categories of Android boxes, such as the budget models, the gaming models, and the live TV and video on demand models. When it comes to live TV and video on demand, one name stands out above the rest when it pertains to quality of service with no buffering, and that is vSeeBox. This is the latest vSeeBox Elite Ultra, and it's packed with all the bells and whistles when it comes to live TV and video on demand, as well as a host of alternative Elite apps that will not suddenly disappear as seen in other Elite brands. This is their top creme de la creme model, meaning it doesn't get any better than this. So in this video, we look at all that this box has to offer, its pros and cons, and where you can get it with a 10% discount coupon. So don't go anywhere, that begins right after this. Welcome back. So in this purchase, you have your standard TV box contents. These include the new Elite Ultra model itself, one Bluetooth voice remote control, one HDMI cable, a 5V 2 amps DC power adapter, and a very small limited user manual. For design, its body is made of aluminum with polished edges and the vSeeBox Elite Ultra printed on the top. For connecting ports, at the back, it has one HDMI 2.1 port, one gigabit LAN, one optical audio, one AV port, and its DC input socket. For connecting external storage, it comes with one USB 3.0, one 2.0, and a micro SD card reader on the side. At the front, you have an LED display and a power button. And to its base has 4 rubber feet with ventilation holes. So when you start up this box for the first time, you will be greeted with the vSeeBox animation, followed by the pairing of the Bluetooth remote. Then you have a first startup wizard. Then you have the vSeeBox disclaimer that simply states that the box comes as an empty device, and any apps that you install from external APK stores are solely your responsibility depending on the laws in your region. Then you are taken to the launcher. So this is its launcher, and it's called the Grape Launcher. It has horizontal scrolling panels for all apps installed, recommended apps, and a system utilities bar at the bottom. This launcher is running on Android TV OS, so it does not come with a navigation bar or status bar to use with an on-screen cursor from controllers such as an Air mouse or PC mouse. So once you connect to the internet, the launcher will populate with available links to access live TV and video on demand apps such as the popular live TV and VOD apps, as well as a wide selection of alternative streaming apps from external APK app stores. Remember the disclaimer, these apps don't come pre-installed on the box, and if you choose to install them, the responsibility of doing so rests solely on you, the user. What I can tell you is that vSeeBox is the best in this business with high quality HD streams with no buffering whatsoever. At this point, I received my first firmware update to their latest version, so I'll install this update and continue. So the update completed successfully, and for basic system information, it shows that the firmware was compiled using the Android 12 TV OS SDK. Here is its current firmware build information, but unfortunately, you don't get access to developer options. For firmware features, vSeeBox presents their settings area in the form of a custom UI. If you would like to access the default settings area, simply scroll down on the main launcher and click on the gears icon, or on the custom UI, click on the advanced tab to gain access. So for display, you get up to 4K 2160p at 60Hz. You get HDR display with auto HDR feature. It comes with auto frame rate switching, HDR10 and HLG support, but I'll confirm whether it really has HLG or not in just a moment. It has HDMI CC options, Google Assistant feature. What's the fastest car in the world?
Here's information from domcar.com.cy.
Surround sound audio pass-through option, and no built-in Dolby or DTS decoders. Now a look at its system and hardware information. So the manufacturer is vSeeBox, and it's the all-winner chipset, the Apollo P7 board. It comes with 4GB of DDR4 RAM and 128GB of internal storage with Bluetooth 5.0. Its CPU is the all-winner H313/H616, a quad-core Cortex A53 processor clocked at 1.5 GHz configured in a 32-bit mode. Its display is powered by the Mali G31 graphics GPU with Open GLES version 3.2 support. Its network adapter is a Wi-Fi 6 model, and it provides dual-band 2.4 plus 5 GHz AX Wi-Fi connectivity. Its Android version is Android 12 and the firmware is not rooted. Its GPU has Vulkan support API version 1.1. They disabled the temperature sensor. For audio and video decoders, I see that it has Dolby Atmos EAC3 and DTS HD surround sound audio decoders. And for video, it has HEVC and VP9 decoding. I don't see the AV1 decoder or the Dolby Vision decoders. And that's its system and hardware information. Next, for digital rights management, its DRM information shows that it has Google Widevine Level 1 with HDCP 2.2 protection. And the root checker app also shows that the firmware is not rooted. With this level of DRM, you can run paid subscription streaming services in HD, with the exception of Netflix that needs a special ESN license. For wireless screen mirroring and mobile screencasting, it comes with the official version of Mirrorcast that can mirror your Android mobile device in HD quality. However, this only works for Android mobile phones and tablets, as there is no AirPlay app for Apple iPhones and iOS devices. So here I'm mirroring my Android cell phone in HD quality. For watching YouTube videos, it comes with the Android TV version as well as the Smart YouTube TV version. However, both apps have difficulty playing videos above 1440p resolution. They also cannot play videos in HDR. As mentioned earlier, I would test for its HDR10 and HLG video playback, but as suspected, the box only has HDR10 and not HLG, as this is the trend with the all-winner models. So let's take a look. Nothing else triggers but HDR10. So this is my HDR10 video. This is my AV1 video and it does not trigger even the HDR10. This is a Dolby Vision video and it triggers HDR10. This is a Dolby Vision video with Dolby Atmos and it triggers HDR10 but it does not process audio. This is an HDR10 Plus video and it doesn't trigger any feature. And this is HLG, but it triggers HDR10. When I connected the box to my surround sound AV receiver, it was no surprise that it didn't produce any audio whatsoever. For Android gaming, there is one thing in this firmware that makes it difficult to play games. With no access to developer options, they also blocked all APK app stores such as APK Pure, Aptoide and others from installing apps. You can sideload APKs directly from external storage, but not from these alternative APK app stores. So I recommend that you don't select this box if you are interested in Android gaming. Now, a quick look at its benchmarks and where it ranks on my TV box rankings chart. First, the results of its RAM and internal storage read and write speeds. It has a RAM copy speed of 2928 MB per second. Its internal storage has a read speed of 158 MB per second and a write speed of 149 MB per second. In testing its dual-band Wi-Fi and Ethernet LAN port, the results show that on the 5 GHz band and on its gigabit LAN port, it achieved the maximum speed of my network of 300 megabits per second. Its 2.4 GHz band averaged around 56 megabits per second. In benchmarking its CPU's single-core and multi-core performance, the Geekbench 5 CPU benchmark produced a score of 108 single-core and 372 multi-core. In benchmarking its GPU, it qualified for the 3DMark Gamer's Benchmark Wild Live Test, and it generated a score of 172 with an average FPS of 0.80. And in the Antutu benchmark, its hardware could only run on version 8.4.5, and it produced a score of 74,574. So those are its benchmarks. Let's now see where it ranks on my chart. So I've updated the scores, and the Elite Ultra is currently at position 105 with a 3 out of 5 star rating based on its hardware performance and its Antutu benchmark. What this simply means is that it's not a high-performance gaming model, but it has no bearing on its streaming performance, which is the best in the industry. If you would like to view this chart to compare it to other boxes in this list, I placed a link in the description below. So if you would like to get your hands on this device, I placed my affiliate link in the description, which is already reduced by 10%. So take advantage before stocks run out or the coupon expires. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel by clicking the subscribe button and ringing the notifications bell. This will ensure that you receive a notification when I release new videos, offer an open box deal, or decide to do a giveaway. If you would like to join my insider email list to receive early open box deals before they are posted on YouTube, then send me a request via email at tvboxstop@gmail.com. Thanks for taking the time to watch my video. Stay connected and see you in the next one.